When people heard of the Wii back in 2006, most of us geeks probably all thought the same thing. How would this work with a lightsaber? At least in the case of Star Wars The Clone Wars lightsaber duels, not as well as probably hoped.
It's rumored you were raised by a Jedi. How could you betray his trust?
Hey there everyone, this is Ray Carcillo with Classic Game Room, and today we are looking at Star Wars Clone Wars lightsaber duels for the Nintendo Wii from LucasArts. Based off the first season of the hit show on Cartoon Network, Clone Wars brings you through key moments of the first season, from rescuing Jabba the Hutt's son to destroying the warship Malevolence. In those key moments, you get to play as Anakin Skywalker or his master, the great Obi-Wan Kenobi, as you face off against Count Dooku, his assassin apprentice Ventress, or General Grievous.
Two Sith Lords. I do not sense their power in you.
Unfortunately, with those being your only real options for battles in the campaign mode, you're very limited in terms of scenarios to play in, and so the campaign is only 9 missions long. Considering how deep the series is, time probably would have been better spent, I think, in trying to flesh out a full-fledged adventure instead of this short and simple fighter. Over the course of the 9 battles, you are required to fight against these enemies of the Republic in best of 3 bouts, like most standard fighting games, and must use the Wiimote and Nunchuck to use the Force and pull off combos as best you can with your saber. The Nunchuck controls your Force powers, allowing you to channel it into your saber swings for more damage, use Force Push if a Jedi, or Force Lightning if a Sith, or to pick up and throw objects at your enemies. The Wiimote serves as your saber. Swinging it vertically and horizontally will see the movement mimicked in the game, or at least they're supposed to be mimicked in the game anyways. The controls for this game are simply abysmal, and it becomes most evident when forced into saber locks, moments when both warriors lock their blades and must play one of 3 minigames to break the lock and hopefully do substantial damage to their opponent. From waggling the control back and forth as quickly as possible, to making the correct movement first, to performing a series of movements as fast as you can, the only difficulty you'll find in this game will come from the lack of proper movement being read in your controller. A rare bright spot for the game, at least, is the peripherals. The Wii's graphics work well with the CGI-based show, and the audio of course features classic Star Wars themes and all the actors from the show.
I see some of me in you, Obi-Wan.
This seems to be the only strength of this game though, as on top of the lack of depth in the campaign mode, there is also almost no reason at all to try your hand at the local versus modes, as there are only 10 playable characters to choose from. Aside from the 6 main characters of the campaign, you can also unlock Mace Windu and other Jedi Masters, as well as a Jedi Hunter droid. Still though, most fighting games need more than 10 characters to be even worth a look at. So I would recommend that even the most die-hard of Star Wars fans steer clear of this. If curiosity should get the better of you though, do yourself a favor and just rent it.
See what became of his master. Master Qui-Gon would have renounced your treachery.